Inner peace is not found in wishing for a quieter world, but in learning to still the noise within yourself. Seneca. The world screams at you every second. It's relentless. An endless flurry of notifications, deadlines, expectations, and chaos. Every vibration, every chime, every demand on your attention feels like a battle cry. And it's easy to think the enemy is out there, in the noise, in the overwhelming pace of life. But stop for a moment. Breathe. Recognize this one undeniable truth. The battle isn't external. The chaos? It's not in the world around you. The chaos is inside your head. It always has been. Most men will never realize this. They'll spend their lives trying to silence the noise around them, shutting off screens, isolating themselves, micromanaging circumstances, only to discover the silence they seek cannot be found outside. And so they live in perpetual chaos, ruled by tumultuous thoughts they've never learned to control. But not all men accept this fate. Not all are weak. 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Seneca faced this reality. He lived amidst the flames of a crumbling empire, witnessing Rome burn both literally and figuratively. Yet somehow, he remained composed. The madness of Nero, his ruler, could have destroyed him, but it didn't. Do you know why? Because Seneca understood something most men today have forgotten. That the noise outside doesn't matter if you master the storm within. Look around. Your Rome is burning too. The fires may be digital, endless pings, algorithmic distractions, but the effect is the same. Ancient men battled raging crowds while you battle inboxes and notifications. The frantic chaos that tore apart empires is the same force tearing your mind apart today. The names are different, the timelines have changed, but the war, the internal war, remains the same. And so does the cure. Listen closely to this next part. Every storm you face, whether it's a demanding boss, a failing relationship, or financial pressure, those aren't the real enemy. No matter how overwhelming or unfair they seem, they're not the true source of your struggle. They're mirrors, reflecting back the turbulence you've chosen to keep within you. Seneca stood in the madness of Nero's Rome, watching an empire unravel before his eyes. And yet, he remained steady. Not because the world was calm, far from it, but because his mind was disciplined, steady, controlled. That's the secret the Stoics discovered, a wisdom buried beneath centuries of noise. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your own internal state. Think about that. Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic, commanded legions of soldiers while battling plague, betrayal, and constant unrest. Yet he thrived, not because those pressures eased, but because he built walls in his mind. Strong, unshakable walls, not to keep the world out, but to guard his own reactions. Where others crumbled under the weight of chaos, he stood firm. Why? Because he understood that inner discipline creates freedom. Picture your mind as a fortress under siege. Every worry you feel, every bout of anger, every whisper of fear, these are enemy arrows flying toward the walls. But here's the difference. Weak men let those arrows land wherever they may. They ignore them, allowing the chaos to fester and grow inside. But strong men, disciplined men, are ready. They've trained archers stationed at every wall, ready with deliberate thought, not panicking, not lashing out, just observing. When your boss criticizes you for something that wasn't your fault, that's an enemy arrow. When your bank account dips lower than you'd like, another arrow. When someone disrespects you, insults you, ignores you, another. The untrained mind lets those arrows pierce its fortress, scattering thoughts and leaving wreckage in their wake. But the disciplined mind? It catches each one. It pauses, examines, and asks, does this deserve my energy? Does this petty insult, this temporary setback, truly matter? Most of the time, the answer is no. The Stoics knew this well. Take Epictetus, born a slave, a man stripped of all external freedom. He did not control his chains. He could not change his circumstances. But do you know what he did master? His responses. He didn't allow the world to command his mind. That mastery made him freer, even in bondage, than the men who claimed to own him. His captors controlled his body, but his mind? Untouchable. Your chains may look different today. They may not be physical. Your chains might be social media, toxic opinions, your own crippling self-doubt. But the lesson is timeless. True freedom doesn't come from changing your circumstances. It comes from changing how you respond to them. So here's your mission, starting now. Become the gatekeeper of your own mind, your fortress. Chaos will strike, that's guaranteed. The world around you will never stop screaming. But when it does, pause. Take one deliberate breath and ask yourself, is this noise external or internal? Because here's the most important part to remember. External noise, no matter how overwhelming it feels in the moment, is always temporary. Internal noise, that festering storm of unchecked thoughts, is your choice. The moment you understand that, you take back your power. The world will never quiet down for you. Life doesn't cater to anyone's inner peace. But you can quiet down for yourself. That's not just some vague philosophy to ponder. It's raw, unfiltered power. It's the kind of power that builds unshakable men, the kind of power that builds legends. The choice is yours. The storm outside can rage as loud as it wants, but it doesn't have to rule you. Train your mind. Discipline it. Master it. Because in the end, the strongest walls you'll ever build aren't made of stone. They're inside you. And once you learn to stand steady within the chaos, nothing, no arrow, no fire, no storm, will ever shake you again.